Hello everyone, this is Crystal Potthoff, and today I want to talk about questions that I get. So I'm going to do a couple weeks here of questions I get from people on things that happen to their eggs. How do I fix this? How do I fix that? Hopefully this will help, because what I was always taught in school is that if one person's asking the question, probably other people want to know the answer too. First question I want to address is, what do I do if I have pencil lines on my egg? So this is an egg I'm working on. It's not completely done. And you can see the completed egg in a video that I'll link above. But you can see there's a few pencil lines right there, right there. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how you get different ways you can get these off of your egg. But before I do that, some tips on maybe how you can even avoid getting them on there. The first thing you want to do, I would recommend, draw very, very, very lightly. Some places have said, like, put the lead like way out like that. Then you draw lighter because you don't want to break the lead. That's one technique. I like to use this blue lead. So this egg has lines on it. You can barely see them. I bought, it looks like I might have to buy some more. There's only 3 pieces in there left. This is a 0.5 blue lead. It's the Pentel brand. I have these pencils that I just refill the lead in it. And I like the blue lead. It doesn't usually show up after I've finished waxing and taken all the, done all the process, taken the wax off. I rarely see the blue lines unless I've drawn them very darkly, which I don't tend to do with this pencil. So that would, draw lightly. If you can get the blue lead, great. If you can't, and all you have is, just your standard pencil, if you can get a hard lead like an HB or an H lead, but the number 2 pencil is usually what I work. It's just the most readily available. So that's my one tip. Draw lightly. But maybe you aren't able to do that. So I'm going to draw some lines on here. And you can see I'm drawing them very darkly. So I'm going to draw this whole pattern on here. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to plug the egg and I'm going to rinse it underwater. I'm not going to use soap on it. I'm just going to rinse it, and you will see that will lighten it up. Another thing, if you're uncomfortable rinsing it, you could also use a little vinegar and wipe the lines off, or not wipe them off, lighten them up. So you're not trying to wipe them off, you're trying to lighten them up. So I have this drawn, and now I will plug it and I'll rinse it, and I'll show you that they are lighter. So now you can see they're lighter than they were before. And you'll hear me say this in my videos, that the lines are pencil lines or guidelines. What matters is where you put the wax. So if you put your initial wax on the egg and you see some pencil lines that you don't like, you could wash the egg. Then you could leave your lines dark, put your wax on it, and then you could rinse it off. That will work, but once you start putting the dye on the egg, and sometimes you do washbacks on the egg, but sometimes you can't, with your dyeing sequence, you just can't wash the lines off at that point. So you end up with your egg after you've taken the wax off, and it has pencil lines on it. And granted, these are very light, but if it really bothers you, there's some ways to remove them after you have all the dye on it and you've taken the wax off. So what I'm going to do, one method is I'm going to use my candle heated Kiska, and you can put wax over the area. And this works better with the candle heated ones because they get a little hotter than the electric ones. I love using my electric. They keep it a nice even temperature. But if you're going to try to take the wax or take the pencil lines off, this is, these get hotter. So there's the line going through that petal. I'm going to cover it with wax. Really put a lot of wax on it. And it kind of went down through here too. Oh, I see some more over there. Okay. All right. So we've got a lot of wax on it. Now let's let that dry for a minute. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off. And I'm going to use the candle. You could use the oven method too, if you want. And also using the candle method to take the wax off, that gets your egg a little hotter, the wax a little hotter. That also helps take wax off, but it may not be feasible to do it with the candle. So anyway, I'm going to do it with the candle. I'm just going to get it right there on the side. We're going to see if this works. I'm going to wipe it off. Okay. It took off some of it. It took, well, yeah, actually here it took off most of it. Okay, so that is one method. You know, first off, draw lightly, wash the lines if that helps. Put some more wax on it. You might have to do it a couple of times, so that putting extra wax on, you know, you can't rinse it. You know, when your egg's like this, you can't rinse it because you'll rinse off all the color. I had somebody want to do that once in the class, and they almost did. I stopped them in time. So there's some other methods you can use to take the wax off. Let me show you those. So depending on where you live, you may or may not, let me zoom out. You may or may not have this product available. It's called Goo Gone. And I'll tell you, I've used the generic ones and they don't work as well. So I'm all for saving money, but when it comes to my eggs, I do use the Goo Gone. So this can take off pencil lines. It can also help take off any extra wax that might be left on your egg. So I like this one because it's got the spray top, but I don't spray it on the egg. I take a tissue and I spray it on the tissue. Just a little bit. I don't like spraying it on the egg because I feel like it's going to it might blob on the egg. So I put it on here, and now there's a pencil line right there. So I am going to lightly rub this on it, and the pencil line is pretty much gone. Let me put that on a little bit more. Okay. Yep. And get the pencil line off. Okay. So that is one product that you can use. It's flammable, so be careful. The other one that you can use, similar to that, is a lighter fluid. So this is a lighter fluid. It's a liquid. Again, flammable. So, you know, I've blown out my candle. I put it off to the side. And this one has, I can never get this open. You have to kind of pry it open. The other thing you can use, another product you can use is mineral spirits. Those kind of, I mean, they all have an odor to them. Mineral spirits is my least favorite to use. So similar, I'm not going to put it on the egg. I'm going to put it on my tissue and right there are some pencil lines. So let's give a little rub with this. A light rub. If you rub real hard, it can take off the wax. Okay, pencil lines are gone. Okay, so those are some methods you can use to take off residual wax that might be on your egg and to remove any pencil lines that might be left on your egg. So I hope that helps. And I have a few more tips I'm also going to be sharing, and I will put these in my playlist that's called Pysanky 101. So you can look there to see some other like tips on beginning, making dies, using Kiskas, that type of thing. And also consider joining my Facebook group, Prayerful Arts-Pysanky. It's a private group on Facebook, and it's for sharing Pysanky. It's where you can share pictures and also ask questions. You can ask them on the YouTube channel. I'd be happy to answer them there. But I don't have all the Pysanky knowledge in the world, so there might be somebody else out there who also has an idea, and you can post it on the Facebook group. Be polite, be kind on the Facebook group, but otherwise, it's another place where we can share our love for Pysanky. Thanks for watching.